Hi, I'm Ken, Newbury, New Hampshire. Go to First Baptist in Bradford. Had a great trip. Nicaraguan people are awesome. The kids were great at the orphanage and at NCA. Great to hear them sing Silent Night in Spanish. It was beautiful. Cigars are great. Coffee's great. Food was great. Everyone got along. Super trip.
Hi, I'm Lynn Hubley. I am the pastor of the First Baptist Church in Bradford, and I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Karen and Scott and the New Hampton Church in inviting us to come and share in, I'm going to say, their beautiful country of Nicaragua, because they had all been. It was an amazing experience, and the thing that impressed me the most was when we got to the school and the current principal gave us a tour, and she spoke so intensely about how it's God's school and it's God's will. And I think about if we had that kind of faith, that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to believe in Him and trust Him. And when we do that, amazing things happen. And that's what's happened in that school. I was just so impressed with the amount of faith that each one of them had.
So one of our favorite part of the trip was going to the orphanage, and I'm Taryn Hubley.
I'm Matthew Hubley, and I also enjoyed going to the orphanage. It was really cool to meet with the kids and kind of get to know them a little bit more. We got to play soccer with them, and I got to I brought some yo-yos with me, so I got to show some tricks, and it was really fun.
Yeah, their faces lit up when we brought the soccer balls, and we know that the littlest things can really make a huge impact on them.
They've been through a lot, so it was nice to just kind of connect with them.
Hi, I'm Fred Hubley, and I'm Pastor Lynn's husband. That was my two children, Taryn and Matthew, and I'm really proud of them that they took a big step outside of the United States to go here to Nicaragua. And I myself had culture shock. I can't tell you how scared I was once I got there in such a different environment. And you know, when I come from a small town, Bradford, New Hampshire, and we have a few houses that don't look up to par maybe with the neighbors, that kind of thing. And then you come here and you see so many people who have so little, and it's just overwhelming, absolutely overwhelming. And it was just not just one street, one neighborhood, one small area. It was just all throughout. Everywhere that Karen and Scott drove us, it seemed like there was just so much poverty, so much lack of life, you know, and yet they're trying to make it. And to see the commitment from the missionaries that we met from the school and from your people from your church, it was overwhelming in that way for us to be able to see their work and their passion with trying to make a difference, because education was key. Getting to know the people on a personal level, as many of us were able to do, was a key. And just, I can't tell you how overwhelming it was. And that first night, Pastor Lynn and I, when I came to bed, I actually went to her and I said, this is so difficult. And she prayed with me, for me. And when I looked around and I saw my kids sound asleep in their bed, I just thank God that they have so much that they've been blessed with as a family, as the unity in this church and your church. We have so much. We have no idea what it's like living with so much less. And we praise God for all the work that He does through the missionaries. And your church and our church people will never forget this experience. It's been great.
I'm Debbie Nemkevich from the First Baptist Church in Bradford, and I had a wonderful time on this trip. One of the things that most impressed me was the orphanage that we went to. At the orphanage was a child that was 9 months old and was brought in and very malnourished, and so much so that at 9 months old he was able to just barely lift his head. He just couldn't be able to do that. So it really struck me as with this, how people really cared, deeply cared for these children, and they seemed, so many of them seemed so happy, and it was just something that really touched me, and that I'll never forget.
Hi, I'm Linda from New Hampton Community Church. This is my second trip to Nicaragua. And each time we get to experience something new. And this time, teddy bears. We packed 3 big suitcases full of these teddy bears, which was totally wonderful. We left 2 of those at the orphanage. And as new kids arrive at the orphanage, they'll be given one of these teddy bears. But then we went over to a new Christian school, and there are 13 children that were taken from the local dump where they spend their days digging through the dump to find bottles and cans to give to their parents to generate money. Now this school has taken 13 of those children out of the dump, literally, and brought them into a new school. So for 5 hours a day, they are not in the dump, and this will break that cycle. And we brought in teddy bears for these students and got to hand each of them a teddy bear, and their eyes just lit up. They were shaking them around. They were singing. They sang "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," and they sang "Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes." It was just so adorable, and they were just full of love. And they took those teddy bears and they wrapped them up in little blankets they had in their backpacks, and it was just incredibly precious. And just to see that ministry of knitters has just brought so much joy to those kids. Thank you for doing all that.
Hola, I'm Rudy from New Hampton Community Church. Just a little note on the mission trip that we did. Everything was very outstanding. We worked hard painting, but one of the things that I've thought about was when we were some of us were taking off the paint job to help the teachers clear the classrooms, take stuff off the walls. And I do not speak Spanish, and the teacher does speak Spanish. Anyways, it was, we could talk during like sign language. Anyways, I felt good being able to help take the stuff off the wall, and that's about it. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Judy Brown. I'm a member of the First Baptist Church in Bradford. I think the emotion that I have felt in the past week has been one of just sheer joy, working on the 4 classrooms for the children at NCA, and also the joy of making new friends, working with the members of the New Hampton Church, getting to know them better. We have just had an absolutely marvelous time, and joy is the only word I can think of that truly covers every emotion that I felt. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Walter Virgil. I'm from the Hampton Community Church, and this was my 3rd trip to Nicaragua. And let me tell you, the progress that has been made is outstanding. 2 years ago, when we went there, we painted 3 classrooms. Now this was the first addition that they made to the school at that time. They had 44 students that just finished up, and they were looking at 25 for the 2nd year. This time, when we got there, they utilizing that new classroom. They built 3 more classrooms and started on 4 more, which we painted and primed. This time around, they had talked about a soccer field, which in the 2 years since we've been there, has been completed. Plus, more and more has been done. It was awesome to see the progress that they have made and the direction they are going. They had now just finished a year with over 200 students and looking to add on. And this success is what spurs us on in our work.
Hello, Sherman Russ from New Hampton Community Church, saying hello from Nicaragua. Just wanted to say a few words about a couple of people that I met on the trip. One is the hotel manager. His name was Omari. Young lad, probably 30, 35 years old, originally from Seattle, Washington. Him and his parents have graciously hosted us for the last 4 to 5 days in their beautiful hotel in downtown Managalpa. Another gentleman I met was an older fella named Franz from Amsterdam, Netherlands on a mission trip at Matagalpa, starting up a bakery next to the other Baptist school that they have that's in the Matagalpa area. And that's his mission. He goes around to different nations, and he just happened to bump into us, and he was a great guy to talk to.
Hi, I'm Scott Mitchell. I'm from the New Hampton Community Church. I'm the pastor of the church. This week we've come down to Matagalpa, Nicaragua, and we worked at NCA's school in Matagalpa, and we helped them get it ready by painting some walls. Now, painting walls may sound like it's basic, may sound like it's simple. However, we painted 4 classrooms. And the classrooms are about 35 feet long by 32 feet wide. Big classrooms and foot ceilings. Now you're getting the picture that this is a lot of painting, but when you add to it, it's cement, and you have to put primer on. And you don't put 1 coat on, you put 2 coats on, but 2 really isn't enough. So you put 3 coats on, and then you put 4 coats on. And when you put 4 coats on the walls, and the total square footage is 6,500 square feet times 4, it's a lot of paint.
Hi, I'm Karen Mitchell. I'm from the New Hampton Community Church, and I had the pleasure of leading the trip to Nicaragua this Thanksgiving of 2015. We had 2 schools and 1 orphanage that we visited. One school was Nicaragua Christian Academy in Matagalpa, which is a sister school to the original one in Managua. One of the days we went to another city nearby called Jinotega, and we got to see the very first year of a school called Vida Nueva, which was started and is being run by a man named Stuart Lawrence. Although there is a Catholic school in the city, there's no real evangelical Christian school, so this was filling a big need for the city of Jinotega, which is high in the hills and is a agricultural and coffee producing sort of city. In Jinotega, in Managua, even in New Hampshire, we can look around and see things that need to be changed. We can see opportunities to share God's love with the people around us. We can see opportunities to make a difference in people's lives and to be a drop in a bucket that will eventually change the world. Thank you to everyone who made this trip possible. Bless you.